Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a great day today. So far, so good for myself. As you can see, we have some beautiful blue skies. We are expecting a little bit of a storm system to kind of be brushing past us a little bit later, but it's just supposed to give us high winds, no precipitation or anything. But yeah, and this weekend is looking really, really great, and it's going to be an active one this weekend too, especially with the mid 400 in town. So yeah, they did their little thing down the strip. I think it was yesterday. So that was pretty cool to see that footage. So, anywho. Basically, what we were going to be talking about today, and I really want to jump into this kind of fast, is how you can find out about your numerology birth chart, okay? It is a little bit of an in-depth topic, and I am going to break this up into two different videos, primarily because the last portion of getting your birth chart is a little bit in-depth, okay? So, and I want to make sure we have plenty of time to be able to cover that. When you go out there, like on the internet or bookstores or what have you, and you're looking for information on numerology, of course, you're going to find a ton of info. And a lot of it is going to be, I hate using the word, but contradictory or whatever. Basically, it's, because some will say, okay, there's 3 core numbers. Some will say there are 5. Some will say there are 10. And unfortunately, everybody gives those numbers their own names on top of it, and even a lot of times explanations. But when I first started learning numerology, of course, I did my research, and I found out that basically everybody's getting their info from this one source, and then adding on to it, on top of it, okay? So the one source that I found that was very concise and explained things very, very clearly is a book called The Ultimate Guide to Numerology by Tanya Gabrielle. That's Tania Gabrielle, okay? And I don't know what the copyright is. I bought it as an ebook version at the time, and unfortunately, the copyright information is not contained in that. I did look to see and everything. So, with me divulging or giving out this information, that is my source for my citations. Okay, just want to make sure that we're clear on that. So, let's dive in. Okay, first number. Is going to be your birthday number. Not the day of the week, like Monday, Tuesday, or what have you, but the actual number of your birth date, okay? So if you were, say, born on the 7th, that's going to be your number. In my case, I was born on the 11th, so that's that. Get my drift? Good. So, and with that number, basically what that is telling you, that is basically your soul blueprint, your soul or imprint, okay? That is who you are. That is your personality, okay? So obviously, and you're going to be taking your numbers down to the single digit. That's a very common thing that you're going to find with numerology. And obviously with the first 9 days, you're not going to have to worry about doing anything. After that, you're going to be taking the numbers down. So 10, you'd be reducing it down to 1. 23 would be 5, so on and so forth, okay? The only 2 numbers that there could be an exception would be the 2 master numbers, 11 and 22, okay? And again, like I was saying yesterday, and what I have been saying, take what resonates. You can discard the rest, but I do highly recommend going back and revisiting it at some point in the future. It might resonate differently with you at a later time, okay? So, and in some ways, when you look at it, like the master number 11 or the 11th day and the 22nd day, if you look at it in both directions, it kind of makes sense, okay? So, like we were saying yesterday with 11, for the visionaries and everything, well, in order to be the visionary, if you reduce it down to 2, which is number for partnership, in order to be able to be the visionary, you have to be able to have that partnership with spirit to be able to communicate what that vision is. Make sense? Same thing with 22, being the architects. If you take that down to 4 being the number for, the stability, 4, in order to, basically what you're doing as the architect is you're building that stability. Okay, I know I lost my train of thought there for a minute. So sorry. But if you're not ready for those numbers, then stick with the single digits. Okay, then reduce them down. Maybe later on in your journey, when you're ready, and a lot of times spirit will tap you on your shoulder. Hey, guess what? We're doing this now. Oh, okay. Sometimes you don't have a choice. You're just kind of thrust into it. That's happened to me so much over the last 3 years. So, okay. That's, I hope, makes sense. All right. The other number is, darn. Oh, okay. We're only on 6 minutes. Okay, cool. The other number that we're going to talk about today is your life path number. And your life path number is the number that lets you know the reason why you're here. Okay, so with your life path number, that's going to be your date of birth, your entire date of birth. So in my case, as an example, being born 1974, you're going to take each of those numbers, 11 plus 1974, add those up together, and in my case, it's going to come out to 1,996. Obviously, that's not going to tell you very much. So you're going to take that number and you're going to add each of those numbers individually. And you're going to get it down to 25, and then take those numbers, add them together to get it down to 7. Okay? So, which makes a lot of sense. What am I doing right now? Talking about spirituality. Making sense? All right. So tomorrow we're going to talk about the last number, which is your destiny number. And you're going to need your birth certificates and pen and paper. Rather, not a big piece of paper, but you're going to want something that's going to be a little bit of a good sheet size. So, 8.5 by 11 would be perfect. So, okay? It's going to be riveting. I know. I'm looking forward to talking about it. I'll see you then. Love you all. Mwah.